Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for watching Crazy Narcissist Ex-Girlfriend. I want to thank you all my new subscribers for showing up. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard to the channel. Please, this is my Q&A video, so any questions you guys have, go down below and ask me, and give it a shot. It's nice to know the truth. You know, you've been lied to and conned and manipulated for so long. I'm just trying to get some clarity for you guys and some validation, kind of know what's going on, all right? So welcome aboard. Donations. Susan, thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate you very much. What I'm doing, guys, here is for free. I even took off ads and commercials, so I don't make any money doing this. So your donations are so good. So good for me. Thank you so much. It just really helps me, really keeps me going more than anything. Helps me, inspires me to just keep doing what I'm doing, like I must be doing something right? So, also, you guys, when you ask me questions, could you please give your location, where you are? I don't care how vague or general you are. It doesn't matter. You don't need to tell me your city or anything. Just tell me, you know, your state, your country, your hemisphere, okay? We all want to know where you guys are at, because we like to know how far this stuff reaches in the world. So, let's get started. Roxy Bolt, you are not first this time. Teresa Silver from England. Do you think drink spiking is used to get you to attach? And what Teresa means is putting drugs in someone's drink to drug them up. And usually that's used for, you know, we call that the date rape drug. So you're on a date and some guy will spike a girl's drink just to take her back and have sex with her that night. But Teresa, I think you raise a good point that these guys could use that to take it a step further, and they will get you to submit to them maybe that night, but it's a way to get their foot in the door, something in somewhere. But I think that's a good point. I think that they would do this to get you, basically, to get, you know, yes, that night, but to, you know, that would allow things to continue after that night, wouldn't it? So they're not looking for just a one-night stand when they're doing that. They are actually looking to start a relationship with you. That might be the way that they can do that. Good point, Teresa. Okay, Roxy Bolt, now it's your turn. From Florida. What happens when they don't get supply? Do their heads explode? One can only hope. Right. Yeah, right? Their heads, boom. So a serious question. Do you think he could pop up now looking for me because he has no supply? Yeah. Yeah, for sure, Roxy. That's what they do. They're so dependent on people. They so dependent on attention from people. They always seem to have to have somebody or need someone, to the point where they, even when they're with someone, they kind of have other people on the back burner, so to speak, ready to go. So yeah, the fact that he has no one right now, yeah, that's a really, really good reason for him to go back to you and try and get you back. So watch out, be careful. Shar from New Jersey. Hello, Shar. Haven't heard or seen that Walking Dead zombie. It feels great. Is he done? Well, that's pretty general. So I'll be general. No. I mean, it's just too easy for me to tell you guys they're not done, they're going to come back, because usually they all do. The thing is we all think they're done with us after a certain amount of time, but you're not thinking like someone disordered. Just because you're done with them doesn't mean they're done with you. They're never done with you. They almost always return. And just because it's been 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, doesn't mean they won't. Typically, it's about 6 months to a year and a half that they return. So I think he will. Supergirl from Detroit, Michigan. Is it normal after 6 months no contact to suddenly remember things he said that I didn't remember before? That's another really good point. And yeah, that would make sense. We use things like cognitive dissonance to lie to ourselves when we have these alternate realities clashing, right? So we tend to lie to ourselves. We tend to, you know, and don't forget, a lot of us are people that learned to bury and hide emotions and act like things didn't happen and things aren't that bad and oh, it's just little and it's just, you know what I mean? And you have to do this to yourself to be with one of these people. At some point, you have to lie to yourself because the reality of what they're doing, you know, is just so too hard to conceive. It's too hard to concept. It's like, no, there's no way that's the reality. This must be the reality. You have to lie to yourself. So in doing that, I would imagine, and I always tell people that you have no idea what you're in until you're out of it. You know, a lot of like clients, when I see clients, they are out of the relationship for a few months, and they say they start realizing how bad it was. You know, God, I can't believe I did that. And I'll just say, oh, just wait another 6 months. You're gonna realize more. Yeah, totally normal. Good point. Rob from South Carolina. Hello, Rob. My ex has caused brain atrophy, then came the discard. When is this crap over? Well, another general question. I'm not sure what this crap is. I'm guessing she discarded, so that's over. That relationship's over. I'm guessing you're asking me, like, when is this fog clear? When does this stuff feel better? Rob, immediately get over this, go out and do stuff. Go out and do stuff. New people, new places, new things. Stimulate your brain. Start building a new neurological pathway in your brain. The one you're on now sucks, right? You want it over? Well, stop thinking that way. Stop doing those things. Think a different way and do new things. It works. Well, you have to. Bobby from Toms River, New Jersey. Hello, Bobby. How do I not lose my new girlfriend? She is patient with my neediness and clinginess, but is wearing thin. Good question, Bobby. This is something a lot of us have to deal with. I always tell people, wait a while before you date. And you know that, but sometimes you can't control meeting somebody you really, really like, right? So, and she's been nice and she's been patient and you're afraid that, you can tell it's wearing on her and she might walk away from this relationship. So, there's a ton of things, Bobby. There's a ton of things going on here, and there's a ton of things you can do and a ton of things you can do together. Seek counseling. Seek couple counseling. You find someone to talk to and help you with this situation. You just exited a extremely sad, difficult relationship. You had a very sad experience. If you don't deal with these things, they will continue to arise and surface and keep bothering you, and they will turn to things like anger and depression. So you need to deal with this stuff on your own, Bobby. You need to ask her to be more patient. You need to take things at your speed, and if she wants to go too fast, then that's too bad. That's when the relationship ends. I mean, I understand but you shouldn't have to sacrifice too much. And you are where you are, and there's not much you can do about that. But you can work on yourself, and you can tell her, and you can show her that you are. Asking her to seek counseling might let her know how serious you are. Little things that she says bothers her. Work on those things. Be cognizant of it. Okay? Let her know that you're doing things to work on yourself, Bobby. Let her see the improvements, and let her see the hard work, and let her see your commitment. Let her know that you're serious. Let her know that her willing to wait and be patient for you is worthwhile, that there is a reward, and that it is coming. Okay? Right? So, it'd be like if you're with a partner that wants to quit drinking, they will quit drinking, but that person has to know you're serious. That you can't just keep drinking and keep messing up and keep messing up and keep messing up. Then that person should leave. So you want to show improvement. You want to let her see that you're working and that you're serious. Okay, that's my best advice, Bobby. Good luck. Okay. Venus from New Zealand. Hello, Venus. Are most people whom are control freaks narcissists? I would have to say no. It may seem like it, but don't forget, everyone, that personality disorders is a spectrum. And there are narcissists, and there are people that are very not like narcissists, but most of the people are in the middle. We all are somewhere in here. And there are people that aren't narcissists, but are control freaks because they're closer to the spectrum, right? So they're not narcissists. Now, most narcissists are control freaks though, right? Jennifer from Colorado. Is it ever possible for the narcissist to have a legitimately happy relationship with another victim? Do they settle down, or is it all an act? Well, no, it's not possible to have a legitimately happy relationship with another victim because relationships aren't easy. They're the most important and the most difficult things we have to do in our life and have relationships. And it's difficult to work on them. It takes work. It takes all kinds of things, you know, honesty being one of them. You can't have a happy relationship if you're not honest, if you are only self-seeking and you're envious and you're abusive and all these things. You can't be happy. I don't believe narcissists are happy, period. I don't think they're happy with someone else. And I think that comes out in these relationships. So I don't think they do have a happy relationship. And I don't think, I think they do settle down in different terms. I think that there are very promiscuous narcissists that may stop cheating eventually, you know, maybe in their 50s, in their 60s, who knows. But I mean, they don't all do the same thing either, right? So of course there's some that settle down. And is it all an act? Yeah, it is all an act though. It's all an act. And I just don't see them ever being honest with you or themselves or anything. I hope that helps. Anita from Pensacola, Florida. Hello, Anita. Why does it take so long to get over the narcissist? Well, good question. A lot of people want to know this. And they want to know how long it takes. That's up to the individual. But why does it take so long? So let's look at that. It takes a long time because you guys need to realize that we all had issues before we entered this relationship. That this relationship surfaced. It brought our issues and our problems and stuff to the surface. The relationship was very intense. Very, very, very intense. Don't get that confused with disordered. You know, I mean, the intensity of the relationship was because it was disordered. The intensity of the relationship is because it brought a lot of your emotions and old, long time emotions and feelings to the surface. So it's hard to get over them and it takes a while. But the best thing to do is start working on yourself and realizing why you're in this relationship in the first place. And that is a better way to get over this, basically. You want to, and don't forget that this is just like a death in the family. I mean, there's a process. You have to grieve. You have to mourn. You have to mull over this relationship and figure out what this was, what they are, what you are, what happened, okay? Because anytime, any sad event in our lives has to be comforted and dealt with, or it turns to anger, then depression, okay? So you must do this. You must figure out what the hell this was, what went wrong, why did you do this? All of these things will help, okay? Learn, grow, sing. Are there narcissists that just sit at home, don't do anything, don't see anyone ever? Is this normal or common? Yes, there are narcissists that do that, but it is not common. Narcissists have personality disorders and they feed off other people. They are so dependent and reliant on other people, okay? So that is not common. They are out there in society and they're preying on people. Eventually you might get the narcissist that gets old. I say this a lot, and they may get old, and you know that old grumpy man at the corner at the block where his wife, he buried her. He gave her cancer and fucking buried her, and the children all left him, and he's now at the, you know, in his house by himself, and he's a grumpy old piece of shit, right? He's by himself now. He doesn't care anymore, maybe. You know, he's just waiting to die. Jamie from New York. What does vote for this video mean? So at the end of my videos, I tell you guys, please vote, either thumbs up or thumbs down. What that means is right down below, you'll see there's a little thumbs up sign or a little thumbs down sign. That means you're voting for this video. And I really like you guys to participate and vote. It doesn't matter if it's a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Both of them make my video more popular, and YouTube suggests it more to people. So it's just activity. So a thumbs down is awesome. A thumbs up is awesome. Comments, questions, sharing this video, and putting it in playlists, all of that helps. All of that helps. It helps this information reach people that need it, that don't know. Okay? So know that you're doing your part by supporting this channel. And I thank you very much. And so do a lot of victims out there. Thank you. I'm going to stop here. It's about the halfway mark. And I will see you guys in part 2. Any questions you guys have, go down below and ask me, okay? I'll answer them in the next video or next Monday. Every Monday is a Q&A video for the new subscribers, okay? Thank you guys. I'll see you in part 2. Bye-bye. Take care.